It's Kill Shot 99 Dead. This is The Walking Dead, Season 9, Episode 12, Bold Predictions. So we wanted to get this going on Wednesday night this week because we know there's going to be some spoilers out tomorrow night. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. I've got some confirmed information because The Walking Dead mailbag is out there. So some interesting stuff. And there is one topic that they cannot stop talking about, something that we keep talking about. And I'm also ready to give you my super bold prediction on this mysterious symbol that everybody keeps talking about. I feel pretty comfortable that I know what it is and why it is and how it is, so I'm going to get into that tonight as well. But first and foremost, I want to thank all of you for being here. This is a busy week. We know it's going to be a busy Walking Dead episode as we get into episode 12. 12, 13. We are right there. The season is winding down, and you know that when you go from 12 to 13 and we got the flashback and then 2 episodes after that, it's going to happen really quickly. Tom Ferrara says, have you heard of the Book of Leaves? I have not, Tom, but I am quite proficient with Google. I can find anything on Google, but I'll check that out unless you want to elaborate a little bit if it has to do with that. Because I've seen a lot of theories all throughout the week, but I believe in the extreme simple, the simplicity of what's going on in The Walking Dead right now. So I'm going to jump around a few topics tonight, and Tom, certainly enlighten me on that. I would be interested to see your thoughts and what that pertains to. So let me give you a couple mailbag confirmations. So, and I know this has been said a couple times, so we still have people asking if Heath is going to be on a pike somewhere, and no, Heath... It was confirmed that Heath was handed over to Jadis, and Heath will show up, Corey Hawkins, in the Walking Dead movies. So don't look for any border scene with Heath. Not going to happen. One of the other things that people have talked about quite a bit, and I feel like they've kind of quilled it down just a little bit, is, because I wanted to see it, is a Carol and Alpha standoff. I thought, that's going to be really cool, right? Carol and Alpha fight, and the Walking Dead mailbag said, no, don't look for that anytime soon. So we're definitely not going to see it this season. They said anytime soon. It doesn't mean it can't happen next season, but I wouldn't look forward to it. So Tom with a follow-up says, a horror love story novel that is very bizarre and is considered a good book. I will definitely check it out. Book of Leaves. You got it, man. We got another super chat in there. Whisper Zeta, is Beta skinning a walker in this pick? I don't know. I've heard that. I know Villar was pretty sure this is a walker. We went back and forth on it. Or is he intimidating one of the... I'm not sure this isn't the boyfriend. Because we know this week, or... we've had strong rumors this week that Alpha will kill the woman who had the baby crying, and maybe this is the guy. Maybe he's the one that's got to watch. Because apparently Beta was restraining him. And apparently... he got stabbed, so that would meet most of the criteria. All right. You guys ready for some bold predictions? Like, super bold predictions? I got one I think is going to be pretty simple. If you are, make sure you pike that like button. Everybody hit the like button if you're ready to get into some bold predictions. And I'm going to jump around to some of your predictions as well. So, the first prediction. Let's talk about... the red symbol on the sign. You guys got any thoughts on that? Any thoughts before I jump into mine? Got some Terminus. Some logos. KOA Campground, new group. All right. I have read articles and even on our Facebook fan page about how big of a deal this could be, and it could be some radio symbol or, some deep code or something along those lines. I'm going to go as simple as possible. I think it is a stick figure missing a head. I think it is a decapitated stick figure. The whispers are extremely simple. I think they're marking their territory, and I'll tell you why they're marking their territory. Have you ever tried to stick a pike with a head on it inside asphalt? Think about that for a second. Probably not going to stand up very well, right? Somebody's like, you. No, I mean, it's common sense, right? Not lately. I love it. I love it, Deborah. I love it. Fluff's like, yeah, who hasn't? Just did that yesterday. So the point is, if you're out in some mushy dirt, you can put a pike up and you can put someone's head on a pike. But when you're in a city and you take over an area, okay, fair enough. Not the best question I've ever asked before. I get it. You got to find other ways to mark your territory. So I don't think this is some other group of highway people, of marauders, of scientists that have beamed down and speak an alien language, or some Greek figure, or some Morse code, or ham radio signal. I really don't. I've seen hundreds of articles this week literally pop up left and right. So I'm just going to say, hey, this is our territory. We're marking it. And this is a headless person. Period. Now, I don't think it's just the movie theater Walking Dead nerd. I think the Whispers are claiming a lot of territory, because they can always go back and say, you trespassed, you were in our territory. They're going to, it's called, let me see. I want to make sure I have the right word here, because eminent domain. So I think Alpha has a core set of beliefs. She believes in natural selection, and eminent domain is the right of the government to expropriate private property for public use. Or basically, she's just going to take over wherever she wants to take over. So I think this is Alpha just getting back. They have basic laws. If we walk in that area and we want it, we take it. And we're going to mark it. So, pretty simple stuff. And if you go in her territory now, she can basically pretty much kill you and sell that. I think she's going to sell that to her Whisper followers. Like, Lydia's already told us, we plan on killing everybody. But what also was a little bit odd to me is this possibly a callback to Fear the Walking Dead and Mel the Vulture's group? Let's think this out for a second, okay? What did Mel the Vulture's group do with all their walkers? What's up, Valar? Valar super chatting it up. Hello, 999 Army, Kill Steph, Emmy Kills, Sweet Tommy sponsors, Patreons, and of course, all the super chatters. Thank you for that, Valar. Appreciate that. Thank you for being part of our stream. We are digging down into hey, I think it's possibly a Fear the Walking Dead. It's a little shout out to them. All right, so let's see. Storage, right? So what did all Mail the Vulture? They stored them all on the back of tractor trailers. Did anybody find it just slightly odd that all those walkers were locked in a movie theater? Not a few. I mean, it was a whole group of walkers. And sorry about that, Zeta. I completely missed it. Whisper Zeta with a super chat. I think could mean the massive herd Alpha has is close to that area. So that's the marking, right? I think you're absolutely right. But that's why I think the movie theater is important too. I think they're barricaded in there because, look, where are all these walkers when they go back to camp, when they go to sleep, when they take their masks off? They got to be putting them somewhere. If they have literally hundreds and hundreds of walkers, there's different areas that they got to lock them up. They got to be able to keep them at bay. So I think the Whispers mark the sign. That's their territory. And the movie theater is just a way they're storing a few of them until they need them later on. Leave your thoughts to that. Tom Ferreira says, I would love to see an homage to the opening of Halloween with the Whisper. I think we're going to see a lot of it. I think Night of the Living Dead, you never know what Greg Nicotero is liable to do. But certainly, I think he'll pay tribute to a lot of the horror flicks in the past, especially, with this storyline, because the Whispers are very dark. That's right up his alley. You know Greg Nicotero is just having a field day with this storyline. Thank you for that. American Pride 7777. Is it possible that the Whispers are the same group that attacked Fear the Dead farm community? Nah, I think that's too much of a stretch. Too much ground to cover. That would just be my opinion. I think I think the shows can feed off of each other, but I think the crossover just might be a little bit too convenient. I'm already freaking out Dwight's crossing over after Morgan crossing over. That's pretty convenient. But to go back the other way, I'm going to struggle with that a little bit. Hey, anything is possible, American Pride. Maybe The Walking Dead is still ahead of Fear the Walking Dead, so there is that time skip, and sure, maybe Dwight or somebody else could bring them back. It would be interesting to see if the Whispers did start in that area. But, yeah, somebody did say that, right? It was Alpha's group was in Baltimore. So that would shoot down any crossover concept. All right. So I'm just going to take a quick survey to those who are watching. Look, I'm going to say other people, theories are a dime a dozen. But I'm certainly going on board to say this is my bold theory. Now, if other people have made the bold theory before I made it, I have no knowledge of it. It is possible that several people are going to come up with the same thing. It does look like a stick figure, so I'm not super CSI mode. But I don't know if anybody else has actually talked about. You guys watch other stuff more than I do. Is there anybody out there that you know of actively saying that the movie theater was a place that the Whispers were storing walkers for when they need them? If so, let me know. If not, then I will stake my claim to it. See what I just did there? Because stake, pike, whisper heads, all that, all the above. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, if other people are talking about it, then it makes sense and we're all on the same accord. Well, hell, I guess everybody's saying it. All right, well, then it must be true. I'm just going to go with that, though. I'm not going to come up with about 5 different variations of it. I think that's what it is. I will say this. The only thing, and I may be looking too much into it, is the black outline around the red letters. Just saying, there's a lot of detail. I mean, you could just spray paint it, but there's a little extra touch to it. All right. Let's get to some of the other bold predictions. And or do you guys want to do bold predictions or go a little bit more information from the mailbag? We can do both. I also do want to remind you guys, this is Double Shots week where we're doing 2 streams every night. So this is the 8 o'clock stream. We also got a 9:30 stream. The 9:30 stream tonight will be here as well. And we are going to be doing 2 things in that stream. We're going to be doing the recap of episode 11. There's some really good stuff there. And we're also going to be talking about our top 5 scenes. I put a survey up on our Patreon fan page, and I've got some really good comments from that. We're going to be including that in the video, and we are going to be recapping episode 11 because it was a lot better than we expected, and there's some pretty good clues in there as well. So the mailbag did say this. Let me read what it said about the symbol that I just talked about. Hold on. There's a lot of information in here. Nope, we don't want to read that one yet. Okay, what does the symbol mean? Was something someone tweeted out. And this was their response. They said, The Walking Dead historically teases new groups and threats. Terminus, the Wolves, the Saviors. But we might be getting an explanation on this sooner rather than later. And that's why I think sooner is probably going to... Look, I know it's a minor detail, but it just made me feel as if it's going to be part of the Whisper arc. All right, so let's tie in bold predictions because, as you know, we have pretty much... All right, this is non-disputable. I'll give you guys the fact that other people are out there talking about, if they're talking about the symbol, or maybe they're talking about locking up the walkers in storage. But I will not relinquish the fact that the Red Fair was invented, coined, talked about right here. So I don't care how many other people put videos up. I don't care how much they talk about it in the next 2 weeks. Now, if there's not a massacre at this fair, then, yeah, I'm going to feel pretty dumb calling it the Red Fair. But that was invented at the 909 Army right here. No doubt about it. I don't care who else tries to stake a claim to it. Period. All right. Just wanted to have a little rant there. I remember the night it happened. The mailbag had at least 4 references to the fair. And here is one of them that just jumped off the page. Here's someone tweeting to The Walking Dead, and here's the response. Can I join the Kingdom's movie nights? I'll bring my own popcorn. And the response was, you sure you want to go? Now, if that doesn't sound cryptic, and if that doesn't sound like some inside information, like, Wait a minute. Why would you not want to go to the movie? Why would you not want to go to the fair? Huh. Creepy, right? All right, hold on. That's not the only time. Hang on. There was an Ezekiel. Will Ezekiel and Michonne talk about the charter? Well, that would require one of them to put their differences aside and actually travel to other communities. But there is a fair right around the corner. ... It's funny that the rumors are that Daryl, Carol, and Michonne all get captured and Ezekiel's nowhere to be found. So I do think it is leaning along the lines that Ezekiel could be biting it at the Red Fair. Let's see. Any more Carol and Daryl scenes for the mid-season? Here's the response. With Daryl by Hilltop and Carol at Kingdom, it'll be difficult for the two to meet up. But that fair, though, ... Interesting. I'm running out of ways to ask about Ezekiel, so please just tell me something new about Ezekiel. Here's the response. The King has a lot of great storylines this season with the fair coming up, so get excited for that. So, look, if this is not a red fair, if this is not a freaking massacre, the writers have missed a tremendous opportunity. The Walking Dead needs something that you remember by name. It needs something that, you know, with the most memorable moment in The Walking Dead up to this point, and I think we've done this several times, right? And most of the time you guys are pretty much on board with me, is the Negan lineup. And what do we know that as? I mean, we think about the Negan lineup. I mean, we know it as 7-1, but what do you guys call that? What's the shortcut for that? Natalie, I've seen a photo of Michonne. Natalie. And what's the photo of? Is that of her being captured? I need to know. Give me some details on that. I'm going to come back to you in 1 second. Mods, if you can see her follow-up answer to my question. Whisper Zeta. How's Alpha going to blend in with the crowd to kill? That's a great question, Whisper Zeta. So I got a couple different theories on that. One, there's a lot going on. Number two, she is definitely going to be there. And we have heard from Spoiling Dead's fan page, she will be there and she will be in a dress. So one would assume she's probably also going to have a wig. The other thing is, movie theater, it's going to be dark. But hold on. Did you guys catch the hidden verbal clue? What did they refer to it as? Movie what? Help me out with this, guys. Movie what? Ezekiel said Henry has missed movie what? I mean, that's an obvious clue. Nope, not movie time. It's movie night. So this fair is going to be a big deal. It's not going to be all-day occurrences. This thing, not only could it be movie night, it could also be music, other events, a lot of stuff going on outside. So It's very, very easy for Alpha to blend. She's in there in a dress. She could disguise herself. It's going to be dark. Going to be some victims. All right. I got another bold prediction. This is probably my most far out bold prediction yet. I have no confirmation that's going to happen this week. But I am going to say I've not seen any spoilers. I'm going to say this week, Luke and Alden will practice Symphony of Awesome. There you go. There's one of my bold predictions. I know. I hyped it up. But I'm excited to see it because I don't know if they're ever going to get to perform. I think there's going to be too much chaos. So I think we'll get to see them practice this week, but I don't think we're going to get to see them actually perform. They've been talking about this fair. So here's what we got. Look. There has never been an event on The Walking Dead that you've heard the characters hype up more than this fair. So if after multiple characters talking about it and this mailbag having 4 hints they're dropping, if the only thing that happens at this fair is the communities get together and they apologize and they frame the charter and Alpha sneaks away with a couple people, it's going to be the biggest waste that I've ever seen on The Walking Dead. It's got to be gruesome. It really does. The hype meter is just, we can't go back. I got Jake from State Farm at 3am. What's up, Jake? Good to see you again. Hi. Oh, by the way, Tara needs to die. That was, Jake, you and Pete must be really good friends. Where's Pete D? Pete will second that notion. I'm not 100% that Tara is going to die, but let me say this. And hey, thank you so much for that follow-up super chat, Natalie. Appreciate that. I knew he's lurking. You know what? I'm just going to drop the mic. That was like a 1-2 punch. You've got Jake throwing the alley and Pete with the oop. Thank you so much, Pete. Appreciate you popping in, my man. And we got Dead On Leprechaun, AB, JB. Last night, Leprechaun was like on a timer. They were super chats like literally every couple minutes. Thanks so much, Leprechaun. Appreciate that. You guys, Natalie, just type your question without super chatting if you could. You don't have to keep super chatting it. Moderators, you guys can just watch out for that. Hopefully I'll catch it. Otherwise, she's going to super chat like 10 times trying to get a question in there. I do have a question for all of you. And Pete D, you can probably, I know you're going to answer this from the heart. Was there ever a moment where you felt more like Tara was going to die than when she was standing up there talking to Yumiko and said, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I just know that I don't want anybody else to die. Was that not, I felt like, wow, I could almost like her. She's dead. When she said that to Yumiko, I mean, I just felt like at that moment, that was her death sentence. Not because, I know it's cliche to say, the moral compass and when people start to do things, but honestly, I felt like they just gave her a story. They just put her in a leadership role and they gave her some direction and now they're going to take her away. I really did. It's funny. Yeah. I just had, sorry guys, I had to pause. Something just caught my attention that I didn't want to catch my attention. Pete D, thank you so much for that follow up. I had the most hope at that moment. That's when Pete knew it was the destiny is fulfilled. So, Pete, I have to ask you a question, and well, I'll direct it at Pete. But you know what? Actually, this is a 999 Army question. If Tara does die this season, we will do, and hopefully you guys are okay with doing this, can we just do a special in memory of Tara, all the great moments she had, all the times we thought she was going to leave the show? We'll do a complete live stream and just honor Tara. You guys cool with that? Just 1 hour. Thanks, Leprechaun. Appreciate that. I missed Natalie's question again. Hang on. Natalie says, there's a photo of Michonne and Judith bloody and crying and another of them standing over a grave. Is that from the fair? Maybe. I did see, Natalie, I did see that photo as well. And I don't know. I couldn't tell if it was flashback, if it's something's going to happen in the future. I know it had Judy with the hat on, but I didn't break it down enough to. It was a promo picture. It wasn't something. It was like a top secret picture. So I did see it. I know AMC is going to kind of get it out there. But I did feel like it. I agree with Tyler. I did feel like it was probably Morning Rick. I didn't see a bloodied one. I did see them standing there and crying. So let's see. Mr. Black super chatted. Do you think Henry will survive? Wow, if I have not wavered on this one multiple times. No. I initially said no. And then I said yes based on some limited knowledge. I'm going to say yes, with the only exception being that Negan could step in and save him. And he takes off and he's freed up. I haven't really... I don't want Henry to die like many people do. I'm going to get back to that in 1 second because I got to organize my thoughts. I got a lot of different theories on how that could go down. And that is one of the storylines that really has me baffled. I mean, there's a lot of things I could see it sort of shaping. The Henry storyline right now, of all the things, and I know you guys are probably going to say, well, Henry's a minor character. But he is the key to a lot of things that are going to happen. Whether you like him or don't like him, he affects a lot of people. Carol, Daryl, potentially when he meets up with Alpha on the road, Lydia. The way that plays out is going to, there's going to be a lot of dominoes going to fall. We got Pete D with a follow-up. If we reviewed all of Tara's great moments, what are we going to do with the other 57 minutes of the stream? All right. Come on. Hey, guys, give Pete D a little bit of love for that one. I mean, you guys do me a favor. Everybody hit the like button and give me a PD right now. Show a little bit of love for Pete D. That is beyond clever. I love it. That might be one of my favorite super chats ever. Very well done. Very well done. There you go. There's the love. Thanks, everybody. Um, this is a bold prediction. All right. You know what? Hell with it. I mean, if I've got to put it on the line and I got to say what will happen, the contradiction, I still can't do it. I can't go out on the limb just yet until we get a few more facts. Because if Henry escapes and he does meet up with Alpha and she does have a machete, and Spoiling Dead's fan page is saying that it looks like Alpha kills Henry, who am I to disagree with that? And the fact that Henry's been saved multiple times, you know, does he just escape to meet her on the road, just to be killed again? See, that part just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But should he die? Absolutely. He should die. Because it'll make, if Alpha brings a head back to the camp and Daryl sees that and Carol sees it, it is going to have a psychological impact. It is going to destroy them. And I got a theory on that too in 1 second. So, yeah, let me hold off on the Henry lives or dies theory until by the end of this video I'll make a bold prediction. How about that? Damon Doricio says, do you think Aaron could kill Beta since he was trained by Jesus? That would definitely propel Aaron to a whole different level that I think we need. So Damon, sure, certainly, I think it could happen. Aaron's got to kill one. He's got to kill Beta or he's got to kill Alpha. So yeah, I think he might put a knife in that mechanical arm. I mean, that would be a nice surprise. Dead on Leprechaun, keeping the super chats flowing, literally, on a timer. My man, my man. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. You guys are killing me. So, I'll get to Henry in 1 second because we do have a stream at 9:30. The question has come up, if Spoiling Dead's fan page is correct, and Daryl, Carol, and Michonne end up captured. Last night, part of the debate was, Alpha is not the capturing type. So I'm going to ask you, why would she keep them alive? Let me see what your thoughts are to that, because I have my own theory with that. I do think they will be captured, and I'm going to tell you why. Whisper Zeta says, how is Daryl going to explain to Carol what happened to Henry if he dies? Well, Zeta, that's where we're at right now. He's not going to have to explain it to her because literally he's probably going to be tied up on his knees right beside Carol and right beside Michonne. Some people are saying leverage. And I think it's fair enough. So, I have my own theory. If Ezekiel dies, these three are the de facto leaders of their respective communities. Michonne, Daryl, Carol would be the assumption. Daryl's the one that came out and talked at Hilltop, so they're assuming he's in charge. Carol would take over for Ezekiel and Michonne. I don't think it's leverage. I think Alpha would like to decapitate people in front of the three of them to emotionally destroy them, to torture them. It's not enough to win. I think she wants to do it in a way that she's going to think, you know what, killing you it's too fast. Before I kill you, I want to suck all of the hope and all of the love and all of the joy out of your life. I mean, think about it. If you were going to die fast, or you were going to die and have to watch the closest person that you care about destroyed in front of you, that will break you. And that's why I feel like they're going to be in that predicament. I've said since the season started that the writers are going to push us to a whole different level. That don't mistake the slow start with the fact that Alpha is not going to be cruel. She is not going to be at a whole different level. And I think she has to do some things that are going to, it's going to affect us if we watch this. Now, you could ask me, who are these people going to be? You know, could it be a Judith there? Could it be maybe an Ezekiel there? Or it potentially could have already happened. Alpha could be bringing back that bloody machete. She could be bringing back a bag of heads to present to them. A Henry, an Ezekiel, a Tara. And I know Pete's going to cheer Tara. But I'm going to give you another bold prediction. I made this before. Why would Daryl be there? Maybe because Tara took one for Rosita. And that really, really would make me respect Tara, to be honest with you. If there's something that goes down at the fair and Rosita was in jeopardy and Tara gave her life for Rosita, then there's a head on a pike. So if you start adding it up, and Alpha really wanted to kind of show what she's capable of, that's my bold prediction. That the three of them will be presented with, I'm going to say, 6 different deaths. 6 different heads are going to be in that burlap bag. And that, everybody, is where we're going to leave tonight. I know it's a dark, twisted ending to a great chat, to a lot of conversation, to a whole lot of fun. Several hundred people in here. My question is simple, though. With all the people we have in here, can we just get everybody to drag the mouse over? Hit that like button if you like what we do. If you're a part of the 999 Army, you enjoy our chats, you enjoy hanging out with everybody here. If you're not subbed, make sure you hit that little button in the bottom right-hand corner, 999 Dead. Hang out with us. I got some news for you guys. We're not done. At 9:30 in 45 minutes, we're going to be on this channel, and we're going to be talking about last week's episode. We're going to be doing our 5 best scenes, and I'm sure we're going to dip our toes into a little bit of this week's episode too. We're going to talk about how last week's episode ties together. So before we get to the end of this stream, I do want to give a shout out to all the patrons in the top left-hand corner that are just amazing, loyal to this channel, a lot of support. Thank you so much for being patrons and everything that you guys do. There's a link down below if you guys are interested in becoming a patron. Top right-hand corner, we got sponsors. Thank you so much to all the sponsors in this channel. Also to the moderators, Emmy, Steph, Tommy, Kells. And of course, we got a super chat crew that was all over the place. I know Dead On, Leprechaun, got a timer set up for us. Let me do some shout-outs. We got Tom Ferreira. Thank you so much, Tom. We got Whisper Zeta. Multiple super chats from each. Valar, also American Pride, 7777. Natalie, thank you so much. Jake from State Farm at 3 a.m. Pete D with multiple super chats. Mr. Black, we also got Damon Dorizio. And that's what we got, everybody. Thank you so much for all the super chatters. And one more thing as we wind this thing down. Everybody else, give me a quick 999 so I can shout as many of you out as I possibly can as we take it out the door. And don't forget, we're going to be back here at 9:30. So you can hang out just a little bit. So I want to say what's up to PC Term, also Danny Martinez, Colleen Hayes, Diana Hammond, Janet Person. Thank you so much. Tanya Dockstader, Joey the Gator, Fluff Salisbury, Mark Ross, Heart of Nixie, Bailey Saxton, Michelle M. Timmy Guy, thank you. Walking Dead Nerd. Hippo in the house, what's up? Northside Queen. Crystal Singer Chick Gore, thank you. Michonne Grimes, Mark Jacob, Angie Homan, Gina Crockett, Kimberly Smith. Newfield 12, thank you so much. Asias Reyna, thank you so much. Gene Alexander. Swamp 5050, heads will roll. 1189 Paris, thank you so much. Greg LeBeau, thank you. Thanks, Fat Frankie, appreciate that. Tyler Birdman, Rod Metcalf, thank you, Rob. Ari Gold, appreciate you being here. William Finney, representing with the 999 tattoo. My man, William Finney, what's up? Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you, Star Guitar Goddess. Love the channel. We love you being here, too. Appreciate that. Wilani. Yeah, this stream did fly by. A lot of good information. Colleen Hayes, thank you, everybody. Appreciate everybody being here. If I missed you in a shout-out, I will catch you guys on the next one. Be back here at 9:30, and we'll talk a little bit about our best scenes from last week and a little bit of extra